A new regulation by the Trump administration has the potential to drastically limit migrants applying for asylum. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Tanai Williamson.
And I'm Ellie Lumberg. Thank you for joining us. This regulation was announced today, taking effect tomorrow. Cronkite News reporter Marcella Baietto is live in the control room to break down what this could mean for asylum seekers. Marcella?
This regulation could end asylum protection for many of those that are crossing over to the border, but many local lawmakers and organizations say that this regulation is unlawful. The new regulation stirring up controversy. Phoenix immigration attorney Jonathan Solorzano says this measure would not help in reducing the influx of migrants crossing from places such as Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico.
One of their proposed measures is to have people process their claims while in Mexico, because they say that we don't have the resources or the personnel to process all these claims. They could easily process these applications, but they're making it harder for people.
This revamped asylum process is the Trump administration's latest attempt to address what it calls a crisis at the southern border. Many of these migrants are families, but there's also unaccompanied children making the journey from Mexico and Central American countries. The new regulation is published in the Federal Register, highlighting that moving forward, a migrant seeking asylum would no longer be able to do it once they reach the U.S. Instead, the claim would have to be done in their country of origin. But there are exceptions. Asylum seekers who have applied before this rule goes into effect, in the case someone is the victim of human trafficking, or if someone entered through a country that is not a part of the major international treaties on refugees. In a statement, Department of Homeland Security Acting Secretary Kevin K. McAleenan says, in part, quote, "Until Congress can act, this interim rule will help reduce a major pull factor driving irregular migration to the United States and enable DHS and DOJ to more quickly and efficiently process cases originating from the southern border," end quote. The American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, already announcing they will sue. It's clear that this administration will stop at nothing in order to push its anti-immigrant agenda, but we will see them in court each time they try to ignore our laws and put lives at stake.
These kids are still going to be stuck there with that uncertainty of not knowing whether they're going to see their parents again, ever.
This past budget year, more than 160,000 asylum claims were filed, and Trump is using this regulation in order to decrease that number. However, they are aware that they may face some legal challenges. In the control room, Marcella Baietto, Cronkite News.